righty, welcome back into another episode of Droppin Dimes, brought to you by Bettor and Green. I am Ethan. With me, as always, is Wyatt. Wyatt, we made it. It is NBA playoffs. I know our videos have been few and far between over the last few weeks of the NBA season. That is because we got wrecked. Couldn't flip a coin and pick a game right in the NBA, so didn't want to lead anybody astray. I know for myself personally, it was just a horrible end of the season. I stopped betting it probably 4 or 5 weeks ago. But we both have a nice track record in the playoffs, looking to duplicate. And today we're just going to break down our playoff brackets, see if we can get a perfect bracket. No one's done it in college. Let's see if we can do it in the NBA. How you doing today? Looking forward to the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, to be completely honest, I woke up this morning looking for NBA to bet tonight and did not realize at all that the playoffs were a day away. So little shocked that just shows how much I gave up on the NBA regular season. Like you said, I couldn't guess right. So yeah, I'm excited to watch NBA playoffs because you can actually watch it, in my opinion. It's much better. People actually try. In my opinion, it's easier to bet, easier to predict. So yeah, I'm excited. I think there's a lot of value out there. I know the number one seeds is always pretty easy to take them. Some pretty well-known teams like Boston, Denver's back to the reigning champion, and a couple new names out there. So I'm excited to talk through it. And again, like you said, I hope we can get a perfect one. Obviously, this one's not 68 teams. We're down to 20 teams, but still, it's a tough task. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about my bracket. I'm taking some risk, but as always, that's how you have to do it.
Yeah, and without further ado, I'm just going to throw it right into you. We're going to go round by round, so I'll throw it to you for the play-in. Yeah, give me your predictions for the NBA playoff play-in games.
Yeah, so this is tonight. The playing games are tonight. 2 of them are. The other 2 are tomorrow night. And a quick reminder of how the play-in works. So seeds 7 through 10 are in the play-in games. The 9 and 10 play each other, and that is a single elimination. So if you lose that first game, you are out. The winner of that game then plays the loser of the 7-8 game. So the 7-8 is double elimination. So the winner of that 7-8 automatically moves on to the 7 seed in the playoffs. And the loser of that game then will play the winner of the 9-10 game. And then the winner of that game moves on to the 8 seed in the playoffs. Again, it's a little confusing on paper. I'll have a graphic up here for you guys to see. It'll make a lot more sense there. I'm going to start out with the West, the play-in in the West. We have the 9-seeded Kings against the 10-seeded Warriors. Yeah, this is a tough game. I think both teams are better than their seeding, but I'm going to have to go with the Warriors to advance. I think Steph just is going to carry them. Steph plays well against the Kings. The Kings don't have much defense. I think the Warriors can get hot. So I'm going to take the Warriors to move on there. And then the Pelicans and the Lakers, I'm actually going to have the Pelicans win that game. I know the Lakers are a very public team. Lakers are playing very, in my opinion, good basketball at the moment. But I think the Pelicans are going to win that game, which then means the Lakers will then have to play the Golden State Warriors in that final play-in game. Just a classic matchup. And I did make a video of this over on my personal TikTok. Not saying sports are rigged, but if there were one league to try to have outcomes for attention, it would be the NBA. And what better way to get views than to have, and ratings, than to have the Warriors against the Lakers, Steph Curry against LeBron, one of the bigger rivalries in the NBA in the last 5-10 years. So I absolutely love that potential matchup. And I just think the Lakers are playing so much better ball right now. So I had the Lakers to advance as that 8 seed in the West. Over to the East, I'm going to keep this one a little quicker, not as great. We have the Bulls versus the Hawks in the 9-10 game. I'm going to take the Bulls over Atlanta. Honestly, I think both these teams suck. I don't think they're going to make it very far, but I'll take the Bulls over Atlanta. And I'm going to take Miami over Philly. I know Embiid's back. I know he was out most of the season. But Miami's been doing well the last 2 years in the postseason. I'm going to have them continue it. So I have them moving on to that 7 seed, which then means the 76ers are playing the Bulls. Then I have the 76ers winning that game to be that final 8 seed in the East.
All right, so we have a few of the same, few different. I'll start in the West as well. That 9-10 matchup, Kings and Golden State. Golden State's obviously going to be the public team. Steph Curry, Clay, Draymond, the core of the franchise that have won them so many championships over the years. I'm taking Sacramento. I think Sacramento is just a better team right now than Golden State is. This was actually the playoff matchup last year in round one, where I believe Golden State won in 7 games, I want to say. So a little bit of a revenge spot for Sacramento. I think they're just the better team, to be honest. Golden State is my one future that I have in the NBA right now. I got them preseason, like 13-1. So wish I wouldn't have placed that. I could get much better odds right now. So I guess I do kind of hope the Warriors make it, but I'm going to take the Kings in that game. I'm also going to have the Pelicans. I'm going to fade the public again. The Lakers are obviously going to be the public side. I think the Pelicans are going to be able to get that one done. And then I like the Kings to advance over the Lakers. I think Lakers and Warriors are both out of the true postseason this year. As far as the East goes, I hope the Hawks win. I have my GR Christian shirt on, Kobe Buffkin, actually getting some solid playing time for Atlanta. So it's pretty cool to see him doing so well. But I think the Bulls are the better team. Atlanta just squeaked in here. Just don't think they quite have the firepower. So I'll take the Bulls. I'm going to take the Sixers to get past the Heat. I think the Heat might be public because they were in a very similar spot last year, went all the way to the finals. I don't think the 76ers really cared. I think they know what team they have. They just figured if they could get into a top 20 spot in the NBA, or I guess a top 10 spot in the East, that they could probably go on a run when they have Embiid back and more at full health. So I just don't think they cared that much about seeding. I think they have the potential to make a nice run. I think the Heat will probably be public. So I'll take the Sixers to take that 7th seed, and then I'll take the Heat to beat the Bulls. Very, very hard for me to see the Bulls or the Hawks making the true playoffs there. So yeah, I'll take the Heat as a final 8 seed.
Yeah. Really no complaints, really. Last year, I remember you were pretty big on the Lakers, so it's different this year that you have them knocked out.
Right, I forgot I was, but I was, wasn't I?
Yeah, they made it to the semis, so you did pretty well. You did pretty
Yeah.
well. All right, on to round one. Again, I'm going to start in the West. OKC as the 1 seed against the Lakers in my bracket. I think Oklahoma City, don't quote me, but I think they're the youngest or one of the youngest teams ever to be a 1 seed in the postseason. So quite the story out of Oklahoma. Again, they built themselves quite a young roster. I'm going to fade them. I don't think they're a solid 1 seed. I literally don't even think they're a contender, to be honest. I know that sounds crazy, but they don't scare me at all. The Lakers, I think, have beat them 3 times this year. And I think that went back to December. I didn't look before December, but I think they're 3-0 against the Thunder. So I'm going to take the Lakers to upset them and advance. The Clippers and the Mavs. The Clippers are just beat up, man. And Dallas is just due. They're due for a deep tournament run. They have Kyrie now. Obviously, Luka was the leader in points per game. I think Dallas is going to have a nice little run here, so I have them to advance. Minnesota against the Suns. I was pretty big on the Suns last year, and they blew it, so I'm going to go over to the T-Wolves. I have them winning that game. And then Denver and the Pelicans. Denver just wins. It's never pretty. It's just they just win games, whether it be 100 to 95. I don't know. They just keep winning. So I have Denver to advance to finish off the West. Over to the East, a great matchup between the Celtics and the Sixers. Unfortunately, the Sixers are allergic to playoff wins. So I have the Celtics winning that game. Cleveland and Orlando, an interesting matchup. Orlando was very similar to Detroit last year and the year before. And now they found themselves to be a 5 seed. Maybe Detroit should take notes of how to rebuild because they've been rebuilding since 2005. But I'm going to have the Magic. I think they just care more. They have very good defense. I like the Magic to advance there. Then the Bucks and the Pacers. The Bucks were the number 1 seed last year, and I think they got knocked out first round to the Heat. The Bucks are terrible. They're terrible right now. They can't win a game. Doc Rivers is the worst thing that's ever happened to Milwaukee. Big rivalry as well between the Bucks and the Pacers. They already had multiple heated matchups this year. I like the Pacers to knock off the Bucks. Then the Knicks and the Heat, again, another great matchup. I love the Knicks this year. They're New York is due. The Knicks are due. I'm gonna have them advance. Beat the Heat. I think it's gonna be a 7-game series there, but I think the Knicks get it done.
All right, yeah. The West we're a lot closer on than the East. Well, I'll get right into it. I also have the Oklahoma City Thunder losing in that first round. Yeah, I think they got to that first seed because of effort, heart, things that most NBA teams don't show on a consistent basis. Like you said, they're extremely young. Let's think back to another really young basketball team that couldn't make it out of the first. Oh yeah, Kentucky in the March Madness tournament. Yeah, I think when every team comes to play, you're getting effort every single night. I have them matched up against the Kings. The Kings have more experience than they do in the playoffs. I think they match up well. You know, SGA is probably going to have to carry Oklahoma City most of the way. And yeah, I just don't see it. I think the Kings probably win that one in 6. Like them to advance. I also have the Mavs. You mentioned that the Sixers are allergic to playoff wins. The Clippers, man, have been so good for so long, and they just can't get it done. Don't think they get it done here. I completely agree with you that the Mavs are due. I've had futures on them each of the past 3 years, except this year. I'm probably going to have to get involved because if I don't, they're going to win it all. So I like the Mavs. I think they're a sneaky team to make a run. I'll take the Suns over the Timberwolves. That's probably a really good series, but I just trust Kevin Durant, honestly. I can't remember how far they made it last year. I don't think it was very far.
I think they got knocked out first round.
I think so. And that's still a very solid core of the team that was there last year, at least with Durant and Booker. So I think the Suns get the win over Minnesota there. And then I'm also going to take the Nuggets to beat the Pelicans. And then I have the Celtics playing the Heat. I will take the Celtics in a revenge spot to beat the Heat in that game or in that series. I'm going to take the Cavs over the Magic. This is probably my least confident series of them all that we're going to talk about. I think it goes 7 games. But I'm just going to take the experience with the Cavs. And similarly to that, to the Thunder, I just think the Magic showed more effort and heart throughout the year. And I think they're going to get their best games against the Cavs. So I'll take the Cavs to squeak that one out. I love Milwaukee. I know Doc Rivers, they've kind of sucked since he's become their head coach. Again, though, I don't think they really care. I think they just know with Dame, Giannis, Chris Middleton, they've had the experience. They're obviously not Dame, but the other two are champions, past champions. I just don't think they really cared to show their A game. I think they turned it on in the playoffs. I think they're a force to be reckoned with. I like them to beat the Pacers pretty easily. And then I like the Sixers to upset the Knicks in the first round. Philly versus New York could be a great matchup. Probably goes 6 or 7 games, but yeah, I kind of talked about the Sixers in that first the play in there, but I think the Sixers are also a team that can make a run.
All right, back to the West for me. I'm just going to do the next 2 rounds on each side to get the winner of each conference here. So I had the Lakers and the Mavs. Dallas is going to win this game. I like Dallas quite a bit. A little Kyrie, LeBron rematch. I think Dallas is going to win that game. And then Denver against the T-Wolves. I have Denver winning that one. I think they'll get it done in 6 games. Then we got Dallas and Denver in that Western Conference final there. 2 big Europeans, Jokic versus Doncic. Well, that was quite the slaughter of a name. And then I'm going to have Denver win the West, and I think they're going to make it back. They just win games. Like I said, Jokic is so good. Jamal Murray does exactly what he's supposed to do. And then Aaron Gordon and the rest of the cast are just very solid role players. So I think Denver is kind of getting slept on a little bit. I hope Dallas actually wins, but I think Denver's going to get it done probably in 5 games. Moving over to the East, I have the Celtics beating the Magic. And then I have those Knicks to advance. I have them getting past the Pacers. Then for that Eastern Conference final, the Boston Celtics against the New York Knicks. I'm going against the grain here. I know they don't have Julius Randle. I know they really don't have a star cast besides Jalen Brunson, but I'm going to have the Knicks to win the East. I just think they kind of have the storyline, and I'm going to be rooting for them. I like Brunson. He beat my Michigan Wolverines back in the college national championship game. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Knicks to beat the Celtics. The Celtics are, I mean, they're just a wagon, the best team in the NBA by far. But they collapsed last year. I think they're going to do it again. So I like this the Knicks to advance.
Yeah, so we're really close here as it gets closer to the end. I have the Mavs over the Kings. Will be that matchup for me. Yeah, I already mentioned it. You mentioned it. I think the Mavs are kind of due. Luka is playing just top ball right now. I think he carries that team with Kyrie and all their other supporting cast. I think the Mavs just are due to make a nice run. I'll take the Nuggets over the Suns in that matchup. I think that one goes to 7 games. I think it's one of the best series that we see. Obviously, with a lot of superstars on both teams there, but I think the Nuggets are going to squeak that one out. I'm going to take the Celtics over the Cavs pretty easily, probably 5 games. And I'm taking the Bucks over the Sixers. That should be another decent series, but I think the Bucks are just going to be too much for them. Probably win that one in 6. And then, kind of went out of order there, but in my Western Conference Finals, I will have the Nuggets beating the Mavs. Like you said, I hope the Mavs get it done. I'm probably going to place a future on them, but I think the Nuggets are just going to be too much. Yeah, I think their effort gets somewhat questioned in the regular season. I mean, Jokic is pretty outright or outspoken about him not really liking basketball, and just I just don't think he shows the great effort every single night, and still finds a way to dominate. So when you're getting their best effort, they're going to be really hard to stop. So I like the Nuggets to advance, and then I'm going to take the Bucks to beat the Celtics. Bucks revenge tour after that knockout in the first round last year. I just think they're one of the more talented teams. I think they match up well with the Celtics, and I don't know. I also just hope the Celtics lose because being plus 160 to win the championship at the start of the playoffs is just absurd to me. I'm not going to have money on them, so I hope they don't make it to the finals. So yeah, I have Denver versus Milwaukee in the finals.
Yeah, my finals is Denver versus the Knicks, and I'm taking the Knicks to win it all. They're currently plus 4,500, so I'm really pretty much talking out of my ass. That is a lottery ticket, 45 to 1. But I love the Knicks. I think they have the momentum. Jalen Brunson, I think, can compete with just about anyone. Very solid defensive team. Yeah, I think the value's on the Knicks, so I definitely will have a future on them. I will have a future on Dallas. And that'll probably be it for my futures. I'll probably just have those 2 futures, small units on them. It's not, like you said, not worth it to take the Celtics. Denver very well could repeat, but I think their odds are plus 280 or something like that. So not really worth it for me on them either. But yeah, I have the Knicks at 45 to 1.
Yeah, well, different team, but I'm taking the same conference. I'm taking the Bucks to beat Denver. Don't see a repeat happening. Yeah, it's probably stupid. The Bucks are either going to get their ass kicked, or like I said, I think they just didn't really care. They knew they were going to make the playoffs, and I think we see their best effort. I almost feel like they were just toying with the NBA, and now everyone's going to take them lightly. And yeah, I think the Bucks find a way to get it done. They are 14 to 1, so not quite your Knicks lottery ticket there. They're the 4th best odds to win, behind only Boston, Denver, and the Clippers. But yeah, I'll have a future on Milwaukee. I think they have as good a shot as anybody. Maybe not named Denver and Boston, but I think they get it done.
Yeah, well, whatever way it goes, I'm excited. Again, usually don't get too excited for the NBA, but it is a playoffs. It's a different. Again, it's like the NHL. It's a different sport in the playoffs. So yeah, super excited about that. That does start tonight. So playing games are tonight and tomorrow night, and then that second playing game on each side is on Friday. So the actual playoff, I believe, starts Sunday or Monday. Not exactly sure on that date, but yeah, playoffs are here. Postseason's here in the NBA. Excited to talk about it. Make sure you do check us out over on bettorgreen.com. Make sure you check us out on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube as well. Please please subscribe, follow us. We appreciate it. Yeah, and we'll have more NBA content as the playoffs continue. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about it. Excited to watch it. Most importantly. But yeah, do you have anything else to add before we close out here?
Yeah, I'm pumped for the playoffs. Other than NBA playoffs, we do have the hockey playoffs starting on Saturday. And then we have some just weirder sports that we don't talk about too much, but that we're getting active in or have been active in. I know you and I are both looking to get more into golf, both looking to get a little bit more into the UFL Football League. We'll have the Kentucky Derby coming up. I've been doing really well in NASCAR, so we still have sports going on. We're both pretty avid baseball bettors, even though we don't always love it. But yeah, just a lot of content to come out in the coming months as we navigate through the playoffs of both the NBA and the NHL, and then all the other kind of out there sports. And lastly, guys, drop your finals prediction to the teams playing, and then your champion in the comments. We'll keep track, see if anyone gets the finals and their winner correctly. Probably do something for you if you do guess that correctly. So, like Wyatt said, like, comment, subscribe. We really appreciate it. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by football season. So a few months from now, but other than that, guys, good luck with all your bets. Good luck if you're in any bracket challenges or anything of that nature. And yeah, enjoy the playoffs.
Yeah, well said. Good luck, guys. Hopefully you guys picked the right winner. I don't feel very confident that I did, but again, 45-1 is too good for me to pass up on a team that's just gritty. Yeah, good luck. NBA's postseason's here. Very exciting time. NHL postseason's here. Very exciting. So make sure you do jump on the Bettor in Green train as we continue down this new avenue of sports post football and basketball. But we're excited to keep rolling, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
You better start listening to the Bettor in Green podcast. You will not regret it. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And hey, I'm Dean Blandino.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Bettor in Green, eh? To Bettor in Green, eh? To Bettor in Green, eh? Listen in and cash out. That's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spot from the bottom to the top. Hey, shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome, welcome to our podcast. Bettor in Green.